Welcome to upstate New York, Syracuse University, and under the dome today we have a terrific clash in store. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Army Black Knights, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Cadets offense will get the first possession of the game. And there he is, the man, David, that they build this entire attack around.
And it's so nice to have a guy that makes everything easy for the people around him. The quarterback plays better because the feature is clear who that is.
And we all hold our breath every time this guy touches the football. He's able to take it the distance on any given play.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Dropping back, it's Darnold. Looking down the middle. Complete downfield. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
The give to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
Got him downfield. Touchdown, Black Knights! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Syracuse's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
Yeah, and the number one thing you want to do with a jet sweep is make that thing bounce, right? Don't let it get outside right now. Make that thing go east-west, not north-south. Great job by the defense being ready for that jet sweep.
Discards a man. Push down for the tackle.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the offense was going to be able to dig themselves out of this hole, but on 2nd in California, they dial up the running play, now setting up 3rd and short.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. To the ground to try to move the chains. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Yeah, great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Fires on the move. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Now on the counter. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They'll run play action. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he'll avoid the tackle on the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Trying to make magic with his feet. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man all by himself. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball, too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Here they come to try it again on 2nd and 10 from the 29. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on fourth. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. Smashes ahead. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Army! That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last first down gets them a little bit of confidence.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Now the defense has got it going the other way. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Black Knights. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. He'll heave it deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Using his legs, it's Silva.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Syracuse will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese,
he unleashes a long one. It's complete. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Army! Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Now 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. Pocket starts to collapse. He's got his man. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Quickly out to the tight end. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Orange will have to punt. Slips through the line. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Army has it back and the offense ready to go. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And that pass picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Steps away to find some room. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
It's complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Here we go. Looking downfield, it's Darnold. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's sacked. A big play on fourth down to stop this drive.
Well, that play never had a chance on fourth down. They're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on fourth.
Caught over the middle. It's Reese. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Well, they execute the end route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's going to pass on second down. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Third and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. Looking to throw for it. And that ball is picked off.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Leaves it with the running back. Ball down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, a typical first-rate broadcast so far today from Syracuse. And it'd be easy to say these 2 offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the Dome in lovely Central New York.
And the Black Knights will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
They'll line up for a second down play. They want to run it left here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And it's just so hard. You watch this team on tape week after week after week, and there's just not a lot of space. What great backs, not good backs, and not a lot of offenses having a lot of success. You got to be creative. You got to find ways to get on the perimeter, and more importantly, you better be ready to throw the football.
Syracuse will send out the punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, and it's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll try the toss to the left. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Finding more yards with the spin move. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. A very productive play on first down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The Black Knights headed quickly to the line. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And listen, I'm aggressive by nature. I'm going for it on 4th down most of the time. But that negative play, does that give you a little pause?
It does, because if you're rattled right now, then you need to regroup, take the 3, and live to fight another drive. 4th and goal from the 5, and the offense is staying out there. A gutsy move by this ball club. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. That's caught. It's Silva. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gets it out quickly. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. From the gun, running back on the move. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Shut down and shut out in the first half, but finally this offense trying to put something together. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Slings it out to the flat. And that ball's free behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on it for a massive fumble recovery.
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive to get...
Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Black Knights! And the route is on. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
Quarterback on the keeper. Got enough for the first down. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that, too, because it's obvious. The defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To the air, it's Hawkins. Getting some heat. It's complete on the right side. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Syracuse has a really nice drive going. They'll throw it on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Silva.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. He wants to throw it again. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long, and you've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
The sure hands, it's Silva. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. He'll pull it down and run. Off he goes. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Let's it fly. And he takes it in the end zone for a touchdown and a little window dressing here at the end of the game.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17.
42 Spider. 4-2.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's going to take off. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, they dial up a pass play there on first down, and how about the quarterback there? Buys time, he's outside, he's looking for people to get open on the scramble drill, but there's nothing happening, and just a really quick decision to decide to take off and go get another first down now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Black Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to pass, it's Darnold. Going for the big play. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it...
Oh, look out! He's at the 20, the 10, and they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Houston is lighting up the scoreboard behind an offense that looks just about as good as we've ever seen in Clutch City.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Nah, just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting, keep throwing the...
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Army!
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick six. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet and not remember it, forget it, move on.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Quick strike complete. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Can hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Feeling some heat. Tackled immediately after the catch.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint.
Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Hand off from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Makes the grab on the left. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Quite a bit of work to do on third down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Looking to throw, it's Darnold. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
This is so a Jesse Palmer move. Exactly what he would do. Continue to put the foot on the accelerator, try to rub it in. Can't win by enough. Gotta look good.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. So they'll try to get it going in the right direction this time. Second and long from the 19. He's looking to throw. He's taking a deep shot. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And he steps out of bounds after getting the pick, and this one is in the books. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like